2K Sports and the Western Conference semifinals. It's an elimination game in store tonight with the series standing at 3-1. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill, and giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's Edwards. Conley looking for an opening. Pass to Gobert. Here's McDaniels. And here's Randall. Butler covering. Fades away. Clock is at 3. Randall can't hit. Outside Pajemski. Now here's Moody. Started by Edwards. Back to Curry. It's tipped.
Well, you can't go up weak against Randall, otherwise he's going to block it.
McDaniels passes to Randall. Back to Daniels. To the paint. Here's Edwards. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
High percentage look right off the bat.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor. Love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value utility guy. One of the most determined defenders you ever see, and pretty good at it as well. Butler all over that one.
Left side Pajemski. Back to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Butler. Three-pointer. And the Warriors miss again. The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 3 so far. Outside McDaniels. And here's Edwards outside. Knocks down the long J. Edwards got 5 points.
You know, Edwards is still tweaking his three-point shot, but sure looked good there.
Green with a screen on Randall. Here's Butler. Drills the baseline jumper.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Edwards. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
And he makes it first.
And looking at Edwards, the offensive skills he has are impressive. Now he must focus on improving his defense.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Pajemski. And Hield is subbed in for Stephen Curry. And that's good as he hits both shots.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Butler against Randall. Pass to Hield. From deep three-point range. It's not going to go for him. The Timberwolves lead by 5. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. He talks about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler in full focus tonight, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Butler. And here's Kuminga for 3. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
Butler draws the attention and kicks to a teammate. Perfection.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Edwards. Over Payton. Edwards gets the bucket. Edwards has got 9.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using it. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Jackson Davis. Inside. The 3 is up. Another 3 for Golden State. We've got 13 seconds left in the opening quarter. And here's Edwards. Pass to Randall. 1 second left. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's Minnesota up 1. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we're back with you, folks, as this exciting Western Conference semifinal game rolls on. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense.
DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Over heel. The Warriors pull it in. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Anthony Edwards.
He'll so good at finding ways to get it in the hoop, regardless of who's defending. Shoot 2.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him.
Everybody knows about how Buddy Hield is an incredible three-point threat. But what I love, here's a guy with a bunch of years playing 80 or more games. Love that durability. He's ready to go whenever they call his name.
Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Hield hits them both. Now Conley. He's scoreless. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Edwards. Oh, Gobert rocking the rim.
This is what the team relies on Gobert for, clearing the glass and finishing the play.
Golden Golden State has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, BA. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You've got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Some changes for Minnesota. Julius Randle comes in for Reed, and McDaniels is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Butler's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Hield. Curry passes to Moody. Green with a screen on Conley. The three from Curry. Edwards pulls it in.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Butler against Randle. Some solid defense from Butler.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And there's a minute 45 left in the second period. The kick out, Curry. Clock at 6. High arcing shot. No good. That's his third miss out of 5 attempts. Randle, pass to Conley. And the basket is good. Conley's got his first basket.
A crafty scorer. Conley makes the most of his opportunities down low.
Outside Podziemski. Outside Moody. Pass to Podziemski. And he buries his first look.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Randle outside. Conley against Curry. Back to Randle. Fires from the wing. The Warriors pull it in.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's McDaniels. No points so far. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Butler, and Gobert with a block.
This is what Gobert is known for, his ability to swat shots away with ease.
Seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Podziemski. 5 on the clock. Pass to Butler. Butler! Unfazed by the defense. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Warriors ahead. They're up by 2. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Hey folks, first half of Game 5 in the books. It's been a tight contest for the Minnesota.
I only have 2 words for you. Elbow, famage. Establish yourself inside, good things will happen. That's right, Ernie, I said famage.
They've had some success, but they've been counter-punched at times as well. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. They're trying to punch their ticket to the next round. Shaq, what's the key?
They don't need a key. As long as you have a ticket, that's the thing that gets punched.
Wow. There's things I could say, but on myself.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And let's get you back onto the court for more of this pivotal Game 5. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. The lead is 2. Outside Podziemski. To the middle. Here's Butler. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. Randall finds Conley. Outside Edwards for 3. Warriors with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Curry. It's blocked by Gobert. Randall against Butler. Randall outside. Outside Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Edwards with some muscle.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Curry passes to Moody. Butler taking his time here. Jimmy Butler on the attack. The rebound by the Timberwolves. McDaniel's got 4 rebounds now. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Conley passes to Gobert. Outside Conley for the lead. And that one's good. Conley's gotten his second bucket.
Basketball can be very simple. If you can let Conley run the pick and roll, it's normally a good thing.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. The Warriors also with a sub. Hayden's checked in. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside Podziemski. Butler, a screen on Edwards. Here's Podziemski on the take.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Butler against Randall. Pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Gobert plays as tough at the rim offensively as anybody in the league.
Curry passes to Green. Now here's Podziemski. Outside Payton. Down low. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
Part of passing the rock, it's calculating risk and reward. I don't think that was a great decision.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Anthony Edwards. Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Hield comes in for Curry. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. DiVincenzo against Hield. Reed, a screen on Hield. The drive by DiVincenzo. The kick out to Conley. Fires the 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Conley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Nice, sweet lefty stroke from Mike Conley. Has really worked on that part of his game.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Butler against Randall. Outside Butler. Outside Pajemski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
Unforced turnovers will drive your coach insane.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Clark's checked in. Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Now here's DiVincenzo. No points yet. Outside, Alexander Walker. 5 to shoot. Butler against Randall. Over Butler. Minnesota again missing.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Here's Hield. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The T-Wolves on top, leading by 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. The Timberwolves lead by 5. Reed, a screen on Hield. Here's Edwards. Tipped. Payton with it. Pass to Hield. Six to shoot. There's the 3. Hits the trifecta.
A very efficient range shooter. You expect Hield to take these shots.
DiVincenzo against Curry. Here's Minot. Back to DiVincenzo. Reed, a screen on Curry. DiVincenzo against Curry. Nice shot by DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Well, I like to see when guards come inside. DiVincenzo trying to send a message with that hoop.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Minot. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Green's checked in for Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Hield. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice. Emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
Thank you for that, Allie. The shot by Pajemski, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Edwards. Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
You know, we need to keep seeing this from him. It's encouraging to see him sink the mid-range J there.
Curry against Conley. Curry looking it over. Here's the 3. And again, no good by Golden State. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Right side Conley. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. From behind the arc. Connects from downtown.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays down.
Now here's Curry. It's Pajemski on the wing. And stolen by Edwards. Randall, the pass to McDaniels. Outside for Randall. Now here's Edwards. Defended by Pajemski. There's the triple. Edwards can't hit. Warriors trail by 9. Pass to Curry. And they get it. Oh, a strong finish from Curry.
Love the intensity from Curry, finding a way to work through the contact.
The Timberwolves have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Outside McDaniels. Back to Conley. And here's Edwards. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Pass to Butler. Puts up a deep 3. McDaniels with the rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's Conley. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by Conley. And the Timberwolves lead by 9. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Golden State. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Good D by Gobert. And Minnesota with possession here. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Edwards looking for an opening. And so the Minnesota Timberwolves take the series and are moving on. They snuff out any chance at a comeback with the Game 5 win. Now it's on to the conference finals.
If anyone had doubts about this team and its resilience, I think those have been put to rest. The championship's much more within their reach now, but next round they face a very difficult test.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And let's reveal our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
What a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Conley against Curry. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Off target with his 3. Up top, Pajemski. He's defended by Randall. Back to Pajemski. Some nice passing by Golden State. A nice shot by Moody.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Now, I asked him about the challenge they face in defending Steph Curry. He said Steph is so hard to contain because of his constant movement off the ball. Conventional defenses won't work against him. The matchups will be fluid. He'll see a lot of different guys coming at him. He's looking and needing a total group effort. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Should we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade?
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State. Understanding where he needs to be, Curry way out ahead that time.
Minnesota off to a slow start. 7-point differential. They are really pleased with the victory on Monday.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Even with all that noise, when they had the ball, it never rattled them. Their offense was in tune like it was a home game.
Here's Moody. Michael Conley making his last shot. Moody the pass to Butler. A three-pointer off the mark. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Randall finds Conley. Gobert with a screen for Conley. From deep. Knocks down the 3-ball. Conley's got 5 points so far.
I'll tell you, give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Outside Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. From outside the arc. Rebound Minnesota.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Butler. And Curry with the clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Kuminga comes in for Moses Moody. Gary Payton is checked in for Brandon Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Curry. Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Alexander Walker. Drills the three-pointer.
And that's what you want to see. Good fundamental sound basketball with the bounce back.
Here's Jackson-Davis. Right side, Butler. Five to shoot. To Kuminga. Three-pointer, Payton. They get it back. They kick out to Hield. Pass to Kuminga. Outside Butler. Goes back up. On the wing, Hield. They had a number of cracks in it, but came away empty-handed. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Randall, still without a basket. Drops in the layup for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just...
Oh, and he got it to fall.
Oh, beats the buzzer from way down court. These fans are stunned.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Warriors on top, leading by just 2. From Target Center, back in a moment. So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Pass to Jackson-Davis. Curry with a wide open look. Wow! Curry automatic from deep.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Edwards dishes to Miller. Shoots the 3. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Alexander Walker.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Back to Jackson-Davis. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Warriors?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
On the free throw, no good. Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And it's got to be painful for a player.
You get taken back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved. But it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In most cases, it's true.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Mars is checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Looney's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Timberwolves trail by 6. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. He can't hit that time. Good D by Hield. Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Richard, with Buddy Hield, we're talking about one of the best shooters in the NBA.
No question, he is a marksman. He's going to have to be a mercenary, though. He is the type of an outside threat that every team needs. I don't care what the offensive system is, Buddy Hield will find a way to score.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Donte DiVincenzo. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Looney. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Buddy Hield. The Timberwolves trail. Now here is Conley. He's got 5. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And how about that move? Pat Conley adjusting around the contact to get the finish.
Back to Podziemski. And the layup's good off the glass. Podziemski's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Warriors.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And finished off by Gobert.
And when Gobert is making a move to the bucket, it's best to just stay out of the way. There's a lot of momentum behind the big fella.
Green taking his time here. Green with a screen for Payton. 6 on the shot clock. Can't hit from in close.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Conley kicks to Edwards. And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Minnesota making some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Donte DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Then for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moody comes in for Gary Payton. And Hield subbed in for Curry. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. .131 left in the first half. Pass to Hield. Randle against Butler. Green with a screen on Randle. To the hoop, Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
You see his media picture for the 23-24 season. He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
The free throw drops for Butler.
A highly talented two-way player. Butler is also known for his tough-nosed approach to the game. And
so he hits both. Now Conley. He's got 7. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now here's McDaniel. Defended by Moody. Randall from outside. He shoots again. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Gobert.
And good luck keeping Gobert off the board. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 4 this quarter.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
To the paint, here's Butler. Pass to Podziemski. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, nice pass by Butler. He can be tricky to defend because he can take the shot or give it up just as easily.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is DiVincenzo. Randall surveying the D. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Green dishes to Heel. Here's Butler. They kick it out to Green. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Taking about the shots. One more time. A round of applause for the participants.
Hello, everybody. We're halfway through Game 5, and things are looking good for the Golden State Warriors.
Coming in, this looked like an even matchup on paper, but on the floor, mismatch. These guys are putting the wood to them.
Yeah, they seem to want it more so far, but there's still another half.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. They are on the cusp of closing out this series. You think they'll get it done, big fella?
You smell that, Ernie? Smells like barbecue chicken, and I know they smell it too.
Good teams that have that switch, they can flip it and close a game out. Don't hang around and play with your food. Go in and finish it.
Guys are making me hungry. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we return again with more playoff action from the Western Conference semifinals. You look at Michael Conley, what a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Warriors leading by 7. Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out? Oh, look out! Look out!
Can I see you?
Oh, my God. What a huge flush by Edwards. Showing off right now.
And here is Curry. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Pajemski. Tough finish by Stephen Curry.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Green passes to Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. Takes the three. Curry can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 9. Here's Randall. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Pass to Moody. Fires from deep. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the middle. And finished off by Gobert.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
Here's Butler. They set the screen. And the 3 off target. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. 1:58 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Conley. Yep, that one goes. And now it's only a 5-point Warrior lead.
And what a smart player Conley is. Able to analyze defenses and pick and rolls and make the right read.
Back to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, Curry off the bounce.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to talk to his guys. RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his 3-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Then for the Warriors, Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Green. Gary Payton comes in for Moody. And Hield subbed in for Curry. Here's DiVincenzo. Still yet to score. Inside, Reid. And Reid throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Pass to Jackson-Davis. Down low. Here's Butler. Randall with some nice D.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
43 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here is Conley. 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Butler's got 4 rebounds in this game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
There is the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
Randall against Butler. Randall no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Butler. Hard earned by Butler.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Pass to Reed. To the inside. Here's Ingles, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Here's Curry. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the content.
This just demonstrates how fearless Curry is. Look, he knows how to get inside and draw plenty of fouls.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the three. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Free throw good, Curry.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Miller's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Clark in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Edwards kicks to Miller. Back to Edwards. Three-pointer. Edwards on target. Throws it from way out there.
And the touch on Edwards' shot is really nice. Gives it just enough power to drop in.
Healed against Edwards. Healed with it. Curry outside. Curry with the three at the other end.
What a response from Curry. Gotta know he's coming for his revenge.
Healed against Edwards. The three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Tatum against Clark. Kuminga the pass to Curry. Nice take from Curry. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
That's where Curry will cross you up. If you play him to shoot, he just drives it.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Miller. McDaniels, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Buddy Hield. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pull on the gas. See if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Curry. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
I mean, what can we say about Steph's jumper that hadn't already been said?
Here's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Up top, Curry for Mike Conley. Curry's shot is good.
Well, Curry's accuracy makes the mid-range easy pickings. He just goes up, nails the shot with ease.
Outside Edwards. Finishing with force. Whoa!
That's what I'm talking about.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Outside, Green. Butler finds Curry. Puts up a deep three. And rebounded by McDaniels. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
And he is built to be the man for this team. Edwards answering the bell and executing.
Conley against Curry. Pass to Pajemski. Kept alive.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
9 feet out. It's rebounded by Curry. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the team.
And so here is Golden State, and an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Edwards. Tight defense on him. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And you'll never see Randall back down in a big moment. He's looking to be the guy when they need a bucket.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're behind by 7. What's your take, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
And I'm sure coach is encouraging them to play to the final whistle. Then they can get out of here.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. They trail by 7. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. It goes on Moses Moody.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement. You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Stephen Curry taking 2 shots.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. From downtown, and Moody pulls it down. And they go to the intentional foul.
Moody Butler, second personal foul. Team is in the penalty. Team for Golden State, Stephen Curry, 2 fouls.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. So we see the Warriors get the win here. People were writing their obituary before this game, but this win casts the series in a whole new light now.
And listen, they've still got to win 2 more, but after seeing how they performed tonight, is there any doubt, Kevin, they're capable of it? I mean, we could be in the midst of a major comeback.
No doubt at all. You're right. It's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you've enjoyed our second-round coverage of the NBA Western Conference playoffs. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. And now, our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight. And if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Now here's Edwards. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Pass to Butler. Randall with a steal. To the middle. And there's McDaniels. That one's good on the assist from Randall.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Stephen Curry. First personal foul. First team foul.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Mike Conley taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Conley drops them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
About a minute into this first quarter. To the inside. Butler. That one goes in.
That's the tenacity of Jimmy Butler, just putting in work in close range.
And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. 4-point game. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
And Gobert with the stuff.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert is going to be terrific on the glass.
Outside Moody. They set a pick. Pass to Curry. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Randall. Pass to McDaniels. And here's Conley. He's covered by Curry. Back to Daniels. And here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
The agility, the hops, everything about Anthony Edwards, so good athletically.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Potemski. Lays it up and banks it in.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Pass to Gobert. Back to Randall. Inside. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
All too easy for Mr. Gobert in the painted area. Nicely done.
Warriors trail by 8. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in for Conley. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Jackson Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And Hield is subbed in for Curry. .103 left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Butler. Outside Hield from deep three-point land. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
This is why you have to stay attached to Buddy Hield. I don't care where he is on the floor. This guy has big-time range.
DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. Back to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Reed, a screen on Hield. The 3, DiVincenzo. Warriors with the rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And it's Hield missing. The Timberwolves lead by 5. Clark outside. Butler against Randall. This one for 3. He can't hit that time. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The T-Wolves on top. They're up by 5. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. Continuing our coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. Glad to have you back. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Right side, Payton. Outside, Curry. Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Alexander Walker with the bucket. Alexander Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. Trailing by 8. Curry splashes it in.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Alexander Walker with it. Payton covering. Reed for 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
And Naz Reid has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men, Doris.
He has, B.A., and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most 4-men. Traditional 5s are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the three-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Naz has got big-time game.
And it's Hield missing.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
And Doris, you watch Anthony Edwards year to year. He just keeps reaching a new level.
He wants greatness badly. He's putting in the time, B.A., to get there. Anthony Edwards, the shooting, the confidence, the leadership, everything's growing. He's now producing like an MVP. Look out, everybody. Here he comes.
First free throw is good. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. Three-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
Anthony Edwards is one of the most explosive athletes in the league. He can burn you with his perimeter jump shooting. He's dangerous in transition. And look out, folks, the upside is there.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. On the wing, Curry. He's guarded by Conley. Outside, Pajemski. Hield passes to Curry. To the paint. Green finds Payton. Shoots over Reed. And again, no good by Golden State. The Timberwolves lead by 10. DiVincenzo on the wing, defended by Pajemski. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Oh, it's blocked by Green.
A valuable, dogged defender, Draymond Green doing his thing.
He gets it in there.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Outside Reed. Here's Edwards. Conley, a screen on Hield. Edwards, a pass to Conley. Gobert against Green. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. The three, Conley. Rebounded by Green. Warriors trail by 8. And here's Curry for 3. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Green against Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. Minnesota again missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
It's Pajemski on the wing, defended by Gobert. Curry, no good there, off the double clutch. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Knocked away, Payton with a steal. Outside, Green. Back to Payton, outside Curry. Hield on the wing. The 3. The shot comes out. The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Timberwolves ahead, up 8. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Offense is clicking right now. They're playing high-quality ball, selfless. I'm surprised they're not up by more.
You know, that being said, Shaq, you can't get complacent. Got to keep stepping on that gas pedal.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. They're trying to punch their ticket to the next round. Shaq, what's the key?
They don't need a key. As long as you have a ticket, that's the thing that gets punched.
Wow. There's things I could say, but on myself, don't want to get punched.
Very wise choice, Chet. Just smile and nod.
Okay.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And let's get you back onto the court for more of this pivotal Game 5. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
And if he felt any pressure coming into this game, he sure hasn't shown it. What a sensational start.
Boy, he has been locked in, all about business, just going out there and doing what he does best.
And if you just join it in, one half is in the books. One half to go. Outside Curry. Green with a screen on Conley. The three from Curry. McDaniels with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Doris, you look at the tools McDaniels has on defense. He can be special.
He can. There's incredible length, the reach, the strength. McDaniels very much able to be a shutdown defender against the best offensive players in the game.
So it's the Warriors now, following the score by Minnesota. Pass to Curry. Up and over Conley. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. McDaniels passes to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And no surprise here, right? This guy is not only a gifted player, but he is so smart on the offensive end.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Green, the pass to Curry. Outside Pajemski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. from downtown. Curry, no good.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Here's McDaniels. The rebound by Moody.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Green in the post. He's guarded by Conley. Back to Green. Outside for Butler. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Butler's got 5.
Wow, you don't see Jimmy Butler go to the three-point opportunity that often, but knocks down a big-time shot there.
For 3, Randall. He buries it from 3. Randall's got his first 3 points of the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Moody. Still without a bucket. Can't cash it in from close range. Conley against Curry. The shot by Conley, no good. Warriors trail by 12. To the middle. Here's Butler. Down low. Butler drops it in.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the slam dunk is arguably pro basketball's signature play. And forward Nicholas Batum said growing up, you have so much joy in dunking. You're one of the few people in the world that can. But Father Time marches on, and like most vets, he's come to grips with the reality. He said, my body told me, no more, bro.
Well, leave that to the youngsters now, right? All right, Allie, thanks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Curry. Good on the second one. There's 48 seconds left in the third. DiVincenzo against Hield. Now here's Butler. Defense is right there. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, when the playmaking duties fall to Jimmy Butler, he is more than capable.
Randall deciding where to go with it. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. And so it's Butler who brings up the ball for the Warriors. 9-point game. Basket's good.
You know, Jimmy Butler is an unselfish teammate. This guy loves to get his teammates involved.
Randall outside. Over Butler. Connects on the 17-footer. Randall's got 5 now. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They know Curry can go for 50, 60 any night. So they're forcing someone else to beat him. Back to the game after this break.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Edwards with it, and Looney picks him up defensively. From the arc. The triple hit for Edwards.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Pass to Curry. Looney the screen. Curry looking it over. Stolen by Reed. To the inside. Lineup. The Warriors pull it in. Trying to make up ground here.
And with plenty of time left, you want to play with urgency, but not desperation.
Gets the three to fall.
Any opportunity from three is what Buddy Hield is looking for. Great delivery there.
Reed a screen on Hield. Edwards for three. Hauled in by Curry. Warriors trail by 9. On the wing, Payton. No luck on that one. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. DiVincenzo pass to Edwards. Gets an open look and hits it. Edwards has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error.
Now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. It's Jayson. Make some noise.
And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Minot. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Green's checked in for Looney. Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Hield. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Minnesota leading by 9. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Fades. Here's McDaniels, and he goes in for the dunk.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out, just going right for the slam.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Curry's shot is off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Now here's Edwards, defended by Podziemski. Edwards, no good. Warriors trail by 11. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. McDaniels got his 4th rebound in this one. Randle outside. Back to Daniels. Outside Edwards. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
These guys really stepped up and played their hearts out to finish the series on their terms. So it's going to be on to the next round for the Timberwolves.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And over the course of this series, the difference in talent level between these teams became clear.
Well, there was a difference in just about every aspect, not just talent. It was coaching, effort, intensity, just a dominating performance. And now they'll have some time to rest up and put everything in place for the next round.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Anthony Edwards.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Free throw good. Green.
Well, to me, the infectiousness with which Draymond Green plays, it impacts everyone around him. I love that.
That one misses. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Here's Edwards. There's 31 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Offline with a three.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game. Knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Butler can't get it to go.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And so the Minnesota Timberwolves take the series and are moving on. They snuff out any chance at a comeback with the Game 5 win. Now it's on to the conference finals.
If anyone had doubts about this team and its resilience, I think those have been put to rest. The championship's much more within their reach now. But next round, they face a very difficult test.
Time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our second round coverage of the NBA Western Conference playoffs. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And we present the player of the game, Anthony Edwards.